It is known that, of course, this week's Parsha, this weekly reading, tells us that through Avram, every nation will be blessed, and those that bless you will be blessed, those that curse you will be cursed. Let alone similar words are mentioned with regards to Yitzchak and with regards to the Jewish people. The Torah will mention it in Parshat Lech. And I think we see the fulfillment of it to a large extent today. The nations that choose to fight with Israel, they can inflict damage. Unfortunately, there's nothing that can be done about the anti-Semites who constantly try to fight us. They can inflict damage, but ultimately they will pay for it. It's the nations that choose to help the Jewish people, to bless the Jewish people, to be our friends. That's the nations that are blessed ultimately and that have a real future. The real fulfillment of, I guess, blessing and curses. Those nations that choose to spread Nazi-style propaganda against Israel, those people that choose that, they pay the ultimate price. And this is something that every individual, whichever country they're in, have to make a choice. Of course, one individual rarely can change the mind of the entire country, but a little bit of a change is also a change. The more people will understand the simple, really simple statement. Bless the Jewish people and you'll be blessed. The Jewish people are kind people. We're very much interested in peace with everybody. We're not interested in wars. We try to avoid wars whenever it's possible. But those who attack us, those who try to destroy us, they will be paying the price. And those who support them will also be paying the price. Some of these will be direct results. You could even see the actual clear consequences of their behavior. In other cases, it's not always so clear. One might be wondering why there is some kind of a natural disaster in a certain country, or flooding, earthquake, but who knows? Maybe this is part of the general punishment. Of course, one may wonder in general why there are punishments for collective societies when there are different individuals within those societies. But this is just the way the world functions. Hashgacha klalit, it's called in Hebrew, right? There's no really way, both in terms of how the country is doing, right? If, for instance, there is there are a lot of sins in a specific country, and the punishment is that there is no rain. In old times, this was one of the main punishments that often happened. No rain, no crop, hunger. So obviously everybody suffers then. War causes everybody suffering. And so too even on the level of the countries themselves. When, for instance, Germans started the World War II, not every German elected Hitler, not every German was a Nazi. But every German suffered, surely. They all suffered differently, but they all suffered. Completely innocent people suffered too. This is just the way this world works. Of course, after people die, everybody is judged individually. And nobody is going to suffer for somebody else's sins after they die. But while we're alive, that's how it is. The world a lot of times is judged collectively, both by divine judgment and also in terms of what is happening between different countries, different cities. This is just how the world works. In certain cases, by the way, we learn from our sages that if, for instance, a lot of bad people caused that the particular city or particular country suffered, and the good people suffered with them, what happens is that these bad people actually lose their share in the world to come, whereas the good people get their share. Right? There is a statement like that in the Talmud, that the righteous person gets a share of his own share and also somebody else's share, the wicked one's share. Because in this world, the righteous person had to suffer together with the wicked because of the, let's say the wicked were the majority, or that's where the direction of the particular society went. Of course, the Talmud mostly talks about the Jews, but presumably similar things can be true about non-Jews as well. That if the righteous people are in the minority, they may get the suffering together with everybody else, but then they get a greater reward after they die. So whatever the case may be, we know that God is righteous judge, and everybody will get what they deserve. But in this world, things are not always according to the righteousness. In this world, of course, we find that the righteous suffer and the wicked prosper. There are many reasons for this, and I'm not going to discuss this on this particular shiur, but one thing for sure is that the collective punishment does exist in this world. And therefore, if a certain person, let's say, living in Spain, who is incredibly pro-Israel, who loves the Jewish people, but unfortunately his government is using the propaganda and the hatred and the rhetoric and the lies, the huge amounts of lies and everything. So what can he do? He can be the lonely voice. There are a lot of people in Spain, in fact, there's more than one lonely voice like that. Maybe it's approximately close to half of the society. But even if it's just one individual, a lot of times one individual can do a lot. By the way, this is also learned from this week's Parsha. Avram was alone, he was one. But he tried to influence others, and slowly he got more and more people. In an idolatrous world of old, he was able to get more and more people on his side. Whatever the case may be, my message is that, first of all, individual matters. Secondly, not to be disappointed if that individual could not change the mind of his country, his society. Still, whatever he did, he will get reward for it. Bless the Jewish people, you will be blessed.